Go to the video and see what the Rams have done, though, against some of these guys and how they do it. It's so amazing. So here's Jalen Ramsey on the outside, okay? And he's one-on-one with DK Metcalf. This is last weekend. Watch how the safety rotates to the middle of the field, turning his back to DK Metcalf. And Russell thinks he's got the one-on-one, but you know what? It's okay. One-on-one, Jalen Ramsey is going to knock it out. Outside, it's almost impossible to get Jalen Ramsey on a one-on-one because he always has this. Look at the arm length here. Douche, I'm gonna get it. Finds a way. All right, so that's DK Metcalf on the outside. Maybe he held him, maybe he didn't. That's the craft of being a good corner. All right, so he's tough on the outside. What if we move our star receiver to the inside? Can Jalen Ramsey do that? This is Mike Evans. Jalen Ramsey covering him, kind of waits, breaks on him. Brady's like, I have nowhere to throw it. Basically throws it in the dirt. Ramsey almost lulls him into this.
He knew it was coming.
And by the time he gets there, Brady knows, I'm not throwing that.
He wanted to pick it.
He's gonna take it to the house. I can't do that. Ramsey on the outside, Ramsey on the inside. How about Ramsey with deception, okay? This is him covering Michael Gallup, who's not the number one. Amari Cooper's the number one. So I said, okay, let's get it to our number one. Look at Ramsey's awareness. He leaves Michael Gallup and says, I'm gonna just leave him. I see the passes out and I'm going to break up the play mid-play. It is a fantastic bit of awareness from Jalen Ramsey that he's covering another wide receiver and yet in real time sees the passes coming from Dak and breaks off of his guy and then breaks up the play so that Amari cannot have the completion. Watch it again, watch Jalen. It's not going to him, it's going to him, I'm gonna break it up.
Great play.
All right, so it's all about Jalen Ramsey, right? Jalen Ramsey is so incredible, he's gonna stop Davante Adams.
Way to play.
Way to play is right. He didn't hit him in the head. Not so fast. Darius Williams on the other side is almost as good. I'm telling you. Darius Williams is fantastic. This here is Darius Williams, and he is now covering Antonio Brown. Watch Darius Williams on Antonio Brown here, like a blanket. Brady throws it out there, and Darius Williams leaves his feet and punches it. This is just straight up one-on-one. Who is 31 and why is he so good? It's very hard to throw on the Rams when they've got Jalen Ramsey on one side and that guy on the other. And then you go to this past weekend. DK Metcalf is having a fit. Give me the ball, I want the ball, throw me the ball. Brian Schottenheimer's like, we gotta get DK the ball. Let's give him a little gimme in the screen game. Watch what Darius Williams does. Jalen's unlock it. He knows it's going to DK. Everyone knows it's going to DK. I'm not going to say Brian Schottenheimer was scared of dealing with DK or Russell Wilson didn't want to deal with DK, but the easiest way to get an unhappy receiver the ball is just throw him one of those screens and say, okay, you got your pass. Darius Williams read it the whole entire way. Why? Because they've run this before. He breaks past Swaim and intercepts it and takes it to the house. The biggest play of the game.
He jumped it so much he almost ran past the ball.
And then watch McVay, Kyle, because he knew it's coming too. Slaps Michael Brackers on the butt and says, let's go.
Let's do it.
This Rams defensive backfield, I'm not saying they can stop Davante Adams. He's really good. He's so crafty. But these guys are so deep, they're so talented, and Brandon Staley, the defensive coordinator, who will be interviewing for multiple jobs over the next course of the few days, if the Rams are eliminated or even if they exist and go on one round further, they're so well coached. Don't just watch Jalen Ramsey, number 20. Watch number 31, Darius Williams. He might be just as good, and he is nasty when he gets those interceptions. He takes them to the house.
But that's just it. It's being well coached. It's not just the athletic ability of your playmakers. The genius behind Sean McVay or even Brandon Staley is looking at a guy like Jalen Ramsey and saying, you're a freak athlete, man. You're fast, you're strong, you got tenacity, long arms, and you have a knack for the ball. Now let me teach you how to be unstoppable at your position. Now let me teach you how to be elite at your position. How do you do that? Look at certain situations, scenarios, and tendencies. The reason why Jalen Ramsey is sitting on a lot of routes, it's not because he has a sixth sense. It's because he's seen it before. When you study and watch film, and we don't give him enough credit for that. We don't give him enough credit. We just think, oh, he talks trash, he's a shutdown corner. He's in the classroom, busting his butt. The reason they were able to jump that screen is because they saw that motion. Oh, okay, DK Metcalf coming in motion. We got two receivers. It's three trips, or two us. Okay, I'm jumping this. It's all guesstimation. And what the Rams do best is they combine their athletic ability with guesstimation because they've been students of the game, watching film like no other.
It's good that you did this because our eyes always tend to go to the offense. And you say, oh, Rodgers and Davante. If you're just lazy, you'll say, well, they're so good, they'll get off. Look up the history in the playoffs of the number one offense, which the Packers have, versus the number one defense, the Rams. It's not pretty for the offense. It's not pretty. I mean, I have the numbers later in the show. The defense wins. And there's a lot of high-profile games where it's like, oh, my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Peyton Manning and the Broncos are going to run right through this. No, they're not. The defense usually comes out on top. So don't just think it's going to be Rodgers snapping his fingers right to the title game.
Are you surprised, Nate, to hear that a head coach in the NFL said that Devontae Adams is just a different animal? Do you think you can take Devontae Adams completely out of a game?
No, not at all. Devontae Adams deserves respect, and that's why head coaches show him that respect.
Let me give you one shout out here. The defensive backs coach is named Aubrey Pleasant. He's been there for a long time. He's another guy who's not getting interviewed for any head coaching jobs. We're talking about Brandon Staley. Aubrey Pleasant, what he's done in overturning the Rams defensive backfield from the Aqib, Talib, and the Marcus Peters one to this one overnight and not missing a step. Aubrey Pleasant deserves a little love too. Great coach.
Really good coach.
Thanks for doing that, Trey.
Yeah, defense.
Put in the work. Was that during a pedicure? Or?
That was it, during a pedicure.